As proprietary trading moves into its next phase, the focus shifts from short-term wins to building lasting sustainability. In this discussion, we'll explore how prop trading firms can adapt to evolving market conditions by embracing long-term strategies that go beyond the quick gains. Please welcome on stage our moderator, Crystal Locke, Head of Emerging Markets at OANDA, who will introduce our respective panel.
Thank you very much. And welcome everyone. Good afternoon. So today we will be talking about the topic about prop trading, building sustainability beyond the hype. And we have three distinguished speakers in our panelists today. We have Ron Strauss, CEO and co-founder of Leverate. We have Marcus Sickler, who is a co-founder and strategic advisor of Your Prop Firm. And finally, we have Anton Sokolo, marketing manager for Brokery Solutions. So, we'll start the panel today. We have 30 minutes, and we'll leave some time for Q&A after that. And all right, maybe Ron, would you like to introduce yourself and how Leverate actually promotes sustainability within the prop trading space?
Thanks, Crystal, and hello, everyone. My name is Ron Strauss, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Leverate. Leverate provides turnkey solutions and trading platforms for CFD brokers, exchanges, and financial institutions worldwide, and we do it since 2008. In the last 2 to 3 years, we're also offering a prop solution. Now, when we talk sustainability in the prop market, I would say that sustainability works both ways, and for the prop, and at the same time for the trader itself. So, for the prop firm, we would like, as a technology provider, to make sure that the company can operate smoothly and possible, and to provide an holistic solution for the company itself. So we believe that a prop company cannot be based solely on selling challenges. For the trader, we would like to see a wide array of offering and a very friendly environment.
For sure, yeah, I totally believe in that as well. OANDA, being in the prop trading space as well, we know that selling challenges is not the only way to go. All right, great. Thank you for the introduction. So, Marcus, maybe you can share with us, what you do, how your prop firm promotes sustainability.
All right. So first of all, thanks for having me here. My name is Marcus Sickler. I'm the co-founder of Your Prop Firm. So we are basically a full-service provider for prop trading firms. So we have the technology, we have CRM, we have customer support, also marketing services. And coming to your question about the sustainability, our goal is really to align the interests from the trader side to the prop trading side. Because as it is, and as it has been in the last couple of years, was that prop trading firms usually just earn money by selling challenges, and the actual payouts have been like just the cost of doing the business, right? Which means if traders are successful, in fact, it's a conflict of interest, right? So if traders are making money, the prop firm has to pay out more money, which is not interesting for them. So what our goal is and what we are working on, and we are working on a lot of solutions in that particular area, is to align interests from the trader side both to the prop firms, so that both can work as a team together to create success.
That's great, yeah. I definitely would like to have a conversation to see how, OANDA can improve in that area. All right, great. And Anton, in Brokery Solutions, I do know that you are involved in the marketing perspective. So perhaps share with us a little bit how, you and your role helps with building sustainability in the prop business.
Sure. My name is Anton. I'm representing Brokery Solutions, a turnkey provider for technology for brokerages, with key products being social trading and PAM. And in last year, we've introduced Prop Pulse, which is a prop trading dashboards and account management solution for prop firms. With that, when we are thinking about sustainability, we are constantly trying to establish a constant feedback loop with clients where we are, as a technology provider, right, we'll need to listen to what the broker needs, what the prop firm needs. And in some cases, you gotta have to say that feature is, not realistic. Because some ideas might be way too creative, and some of them might be slightly unethical. And in this case, you need to find the right balance and ensure that the client understands what they want and the technology complements it and resonates with the market and makes it the right fit for the company at the end of the day.
Right, thank you. Yeah, definitely. I think that being really doing the right thing and making the right decisions is extremely important in building sustainability here. Okay, so now let's get to the first question about your views in the last 2 years. As you know, and people who is in the prop trading space would know that it's been a brutal 2 years with a lot of firms closing down. So perhaps, someone, maybe if you'd like to share your views on what happened in the last 2 years and what you foresee happening going forward.
So let's start with the strong word, brutal. I think that I saw here a few firms that last year for them was definitely not brutal. So it's not for everyone, and I will share our story. Last year we onboarded 50 plus prop firms. Some of them were startups and new to the market, and some of them added Leverate or migrated into Leverate and so on. And I think that not all companies are the same. I think it's very similar to what we saw in the CFD space 10 to 15 years ago when there was just less regulation. So if I have to pick just one thing, I would say regulation. Regulation will provide a higher entry barrier. Regulation will provide clear standards between different companies, will add transparency and reporting. My second point is that the marketing itself, and I also want to relate to what my colleague said, that a company cannot be just a prop company that is selling challenges. We need to see that we are able to accommodate all type of clients and to talk with our community. I believe that prop firms that will follow all this, that will also be the prop firms that will succeed in the long run.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I will definitely learn from that. All right, okay. Maybe Marcus, I know your prop firm actually service a lot of prop firms as well. So I'm sure you might have some insights in the last 2 years and what you think is important.
Yeah, sure. What we have seen, first of all, is that prop trading became really an alternative to normal trading, right? For a trader's perspective, just trading a small account on a broker compared to just buying a challenge on a prop trading firm, it is actually much more appealing. It's much more interesting. So prop trading really became an alternative and actually taking a lot of revenue, taking a lot of space now in the trading industry in general, right? And that leads to many prop trading firms coming up with low entry barriers because it's quite easy to set up a prop trading firm. So what we see now with all the things that happened, many big firms closing down, we see that the market is step by step maturing now. We having more standards. People want to see who is actually behind the prop trading firm. And we actually see a very, very good trend actually. We see less scams happening. Also the types of clients that we are onboarding, as a B2B provider, they want to build a sustainable business. They want to, build a long-term business and not just doing it for like a cash grab and closing the business after half a year. So from my perspective, it's quite positive. What we have seen, of course, a lot of bad things happened, but it's a young market still, and we have a lot of growth potential in the next years that we still have to see.
Interesting. And I'm going to just ask, right? So, what do you think that the fact that more and more brokers, CFD brokers, are coming into the prop trading space? Do you have a view whether it's helping the prop firm industry?
Yeah, absolutely. Because obviously, someone that operates a prop trading firm and doesn't have background from working in a brokerage, well, he doesn't know about the risk management side of things. He doesn't know many other type of things, how to manage the liquidity and many other things. So, of course, having more professional people that are managing prop firms, setting up a higher standard for that industry, so that's quite good. And yeah, we also see on our end getting more brokerage clients that basically setting up an additional prop trading firm to basically utilize both of these benefits and being in that growth curve for the next few years.
Thank you. Well, thank you for mentioning about that because exactly what OANDA is doing here. So me from OANDA, we are basically in the brokerage business for over 25 years. And now that we have prop trading, basically we are also looking at how to sustain this business as an ecosystem in itself. So I definitely agree with that. Okay, so now if I move on to the next question, it's actually about technological advancements and customization. How important is that in sustaining the a robust prop trading industry? So perhaps Anton, you might want to share a little bit since you represent the marketing team in brokery.
Well, I might have a controversial take here, but bear with me.
Sure.
So, frankly, I don't think there is a reason or there's a need for any kind of tech advancement nowadays, because all the tech we've seen on the market, all the tech different companies provide is well sophisticated enough for a company to achieve any setup they want. Mm-hmm. It's either by working very closely with one tech provider or by onboarding multiple tech solutions to achieve what they want. But at the end of the day, you are able to achieve whatever you want nowadays with the tech provided or available on the market. So when doing our research on the, what was happening last year for the prop firm space, and when we noticed that 1 in 7 company closed down, with some tech providers supporting even higher percentages, we noticed that it usually comes down to 2 reasons. One being they're very good at marketing. They understand all the community building. They know how to work with Discords, all the channels which are usually not as well developed in brokerage space, because the majority of brokerages will be just affiliate focused or IBs focused. And they're just lacking the knowledge and know-how of the risk management aspect. So they onboard lots of clients and then they just, blow up because they are not able to sustain all the
they don't
risks.
have the know-hows of really managing it, right? Yeah.
And the other part is that when it is a brokerage based, they might be lacking those marketing skills, or like they don't quite understand why they should be on TikTok and in Discord. And we've seen it multiple times. And in this case, they do know how to work with order flow, but they're just not generating enough of it.
Right.
So here I would say that don't focus way too much on tech providers or what they are trying to lock you into the system, and focus on building and establishing your unique service. You need to work with your clients. You need to understand what they need, what they want, what kind of functionality is available in your platforms already, and utilize that rather than look for a new and innovative, feature.
Totally. Yeah, I think client centricity is really important. Ron, would you like to add to that?
So I would like to relate to what you said, Anton. And first of all, I think you're right. But at the same time, I think that us, as technology providers, we have the ability to assist our clients with doing things that, yes, they can do today, but maybe more manually, okay? So, for example, if we talk about risk management, we said that sometimes you onboard the wrong clients, right? And you get the abusive clients. So as a tech provider, we have the ability to assist you with identifying those clients. sometimes, and I'm sure that you see it as well, you see one client that is acting like 20 different traders, and sometimes you see the power of the community works against you, and they come together as a 50 clients and trying to take abuse of what you do. On the other hand, like you said, Marcus, you cannot sell just challenges, right? You have to see how you can also profit, like aligning the interests. So how you can make profits from your successful traders. And let's remember that each one of these successful traders are becoming your financial ambassadors. Now, on the other hand, I think that marketing is not still clear around prop trading. And I think that, yes, it's a different product, and we have to look at it in a slightly different way. And we can also assist our clients achieve more, especially via marketing and around risk management.
Very interesting. I think from my personal experience, like in the prop space for the last 1 year, I think the client, hearing what client wants and understanding the perspective is extremely important. But at the same point in time, risk management is even more so important. So it has actually shaped a lot of the decisions, a lot of marketing messaging that we do so that it appeals to the right target audience. So I think all these are all very important points. Maybe, Marcus, do you have anything else to add in terms of technology, in terms of user experience?
I would say what I would like to add on the previous points is really what we have seen also in the prop trading industry is that a lot of prop firms just offering almost exactly the same from other prop trading firms, right? And what happens then, it's, the pricing is the only differentiator. So what you have to do is you have to offer very high coupon codes, you have to really have a price race. That's the only way you're getting those clients. And I think for a prop trading firm, it's really so important to understand what the market wants and fill that gap and really, also build a whole brand around that. Because if there's no real brand, it's only competition based on what are your rules, what is your price, and that's very hard to sustain.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So not going into basically a price war, because that is definitely the opposite side of being sustainable, right? Okay, fantastic. So now I think you are veterans in the industry, so perhaps there must be some success stories that that you have observed, some prop firms that does well, people that you work with, so or even in your company itself. So perhaps, Ron, would you like to share any successes that you have observed in Leverade?
I'll try to combine two stories into one, but I have to admit that I'm so happy that what I'm about to say, I actually heard it already a few times. We are all very much into technology, but what we talked about is how we listen to our clients, and that's so important. And I'm so happy that on a panel that mostly we are coming from technology, right? And we're talking about the clients. So we were approached by one of the leading brands that did not engage in any proper B2C activity and was interested to see if we can do anything around prop. Now, when we were approached, it was 12 months ago. And even though we had a product, we knew that we have to close the gap. We had to open our own gap and so on. And eventually, what we saw is that yesterday a CFD broker came to our booth and he said, one of our clients, and he said that what he likes the most about us, and I'm sure about all of us, is that we have the ability to listen to him, never say a strictly no, and to understand if this is something that is crucial for him, if it's nice to have, or let's delay it or do it on your side. And I think that our success story with our leading prop client is the fact that besides technology, we had the ability to listen to the client, never say a strict no, and try to see how can we accommodate his needs. when it comes to customization and how you differentiate yourself, for example, this specific client wanted to take actually a few features that were internally in our platform and embed it into his websites. I think this what made the difference.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. This is a great value to have, value proposition within the company. Okay. Perhaps Marcus, any stories on your end that you have observed some successful prop firms? What do they focus on?
Sure. So what I would say is what our main focus is for our prop trading firms to really drive down their operational costs by providing them a very efficient technology, very fair pricing, very good execution, and also what we've been doing in the last year where the situation with MetaTrader happened, where MetaTrader didn't accept it, prop trading firms anymore. Our tech team is built quite lean, quite fast. We had to develop around 4 or 5 additional trading platform integrations just in a matter of a couple of months, just to cater to the needs of all these different prop firms. Because now it's not anymore that you have a MetaTrader or one specific trading platforms. The traders and also the prop trading firms, they want to have a lot of options and a lot of different trading platforms to choose from.
Right. So agility is very important.
Absolutely. It's a very fast market, and it's very important to adapt very quickly and implement features very fast.
Yeah, that's different from the CFD business, but yeah, that totally, I appreciate that answer. All right, and Anton, anything else to add on in terms of the successes in brokery, or in fact your observation of the industry?
Well, when it comes to the success of any business, and especially in the prop space, and we've seen it being a detriment of many companies, would be transparency. Transparency between partners, transparency to your clients. So many firms are indeed offering pretty much the same offers, and this is not the way to do business. I mean, CFD industry somehow survived offering razor-sharp spreads, right? But it's still not a way to go if you want to establish a sustainable long-term business. And in this case, focusing on transparency, being open with your clients. Hey, this is what we're building, listening to their feedback. And these were the brands which stood out throughout the years. And these are the brands which are still operational and doing well volumes because they understand that client journey does not end when the client is onboarded. We need to keep on introducing new features, introducing new offers, introducing new services. And that might be the reason why some of the prop firms are entering brokerage space or, opening up brokerages to support their business, because now they're implementing a more coherent service offering.
Right. And that brings me to this question, like, if you were to name 3 things that a prop firm need to focus on, it could be spreads, it could be anything, right? What would be your view on the top 3 things?
Well, transparency for sure.
Okay.
Agility, being able to adapt, and customer orientation. You need to listen to customers. It's
Nice.
not just a registration on your service. It is an actual human being. You need to talk, you need to understand.
Yeah, they are real traders, and it's not really all about because it's virtual capital or anything. It's really their skill and perhaps their livelihood as well. Interesting. Anything else to add on?
I would say that as a prop firm, it's quite important to understand that it's not one-on-one connection, it's one-to-many connection. You have the community, so make sure that you speak with your community. Make sure that you are able to not only sell challenges, but to do a proper risk management, profit with your financial ambassadors and so on.
Right. Yes, definitely. And okay, so we are almost at the end of the session, and I would like to open this floor to any FAQs, any questions about how prop firms promote sustainability. Anyone from the floor?
Don't be shy. Does anyone have a question?
You mentioned a little bit about regulation. Do you see regulation coming into the prop firm industry in the near future, or is it going to take a while?
Thank you for your question. Anyone would like to take that question about regulation, how it's going to affect the prop firm, and if it's going to happen even?
I think that at the end of the day, regulation is something that is doing good for the market itself. I think that at least I'm reading, like what everyone else is reading, that regulators are talking about prop, and we'll have to wait and see where it goes.
Okay. Anyone else?
From my observation, I'd say that we might not receive a regulation in a sense of here's a specific license you should take if you want to do prop, because there are lots of questions around the nature of the business, right? We're not taking deposits, we're not processing order flow. It's very different business from the brokerage standpoint. But what might arrive sooner would be some kind of measures, all limitations, promotion-wise, because
Okay.
this is where lots of questions are coming from regulators, and they're flagging services as gamified services as being gambling, and this is what they want to avoid. They want to avoid, similarities between gambling and investment or financial world.
Right, yeah. It's important to, have promotions that's not misleading. Yeah, Marcus, anything that you have a view on the regulations, or if it's, even coming?
No, very good points from Anton. Just what I would just wanted to add is, even the regulation side, if there is regulation, first of all, it might be regional, and then you still have areas where there is no regulation yet. So I think that will be a time frame of really the next 3, 4, 5 years, especially as I see that also like from the scam side, it's going down, it's getting more clean, it's getting more professional. So we don't know it, but it seems like it might be taking a little bit more time until we have a clear regulation in the space.
And coming from a regulated broker myself, from OANDA, I think the fact that we are taking also a cautious approach, running a very tight ship, making sure that even though it is a prop firm business, we are looking at it and sustaining it in a way that it would meet the regulatory standards if it ever comes. So I think these are all visions that we can all strive to look towards to prepare ourselves when, things comes and happens. Thank you very much for your question. Anyone else with any question?
Hi there, yes, I've got a question. When it comes to obviously bringing the traders to the prop firm, I'd love to understand and get your thoughts on what is best practice or a sustainable way to use affiliates to drive traders to your prop firm in a sustainable way in terms of maybe the business models or best practices.
Right. And is there someone specific you're directing the question to?
Everyone.
Everyone. Okay. So really the question is about, what are you doing or what do you recommend prop firms to do to be able to attract customers? Did I get that right?
Yeah, correct. But in a way that's sustainable for the prop firm in the longer term, rather than just basically hemorrhaging money.
Right. So a sustainable way. Yes. Anyone would like to take that first?
Sure. I think what is very important is, the retention rate actually. So if you have a good product, if you have a good service, if your customer support is very good, your payouts are very fast, you will see that traders are coming back to you and gonna purchase more and more challenges. If you don't have that in place, then you always have to pay for your clients, and you can do that through performance marketing, like running ads on Meta, Google, but it will not be sustainable in the long term if people are not really happy with what they're getting, right? So there's many ways you can do influencer marketing, you can do performance marketing, you can have affiliate partnerships, but at the end of the day, main focus is the people that are actually buying your product, are they coming back? And the retention rate need to be as good as possible, in order to, be sustainable in the long term.
Right, focus on client, what they want, and repeat purchases. I got you. Anyone else? Yeah,
And
Anton.
as with any business, you need to understand what is the price you're paying for the client, right? Because with some of the firms trying to push pricing down, it might be just unreasonable to spend, $100 on a client who will end up paying you 20, as we've seen very low challenges prices for no reason. So in this case, you got to be transparent and you got to understand what is the unique value proposition you're giving to that client. Otherwise, it's just, another company at the end of the day. And there's nothing for you to retain that client, for you to keep the client. So it's less so on traffic generation rather than, trying to find the right client.
Yep. And Ron, anything else?
Fully agree with Anton and everything that being said, and I think that affiliate would like to maximize his revenues and profits. And if you sell challenges too cheap, it's going to be very hard. If we as a technology provider can assist prop firms to make sure that their revenues are in the right place, then obviously it will attract more and more affiliates and will bring more and more clients.
Wow. Okay. So we end off in the affiliate note, and that's exactly what this expo is for. So we are all here to get to know more people. So thank you very much. Our time is up, and if you have any more questions, feel free to approach us after the discussion, after this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.